playing a little GTA. Now, I had been, if you've looked at my channel, my Gobby the Gamer channel, I had been doing some Mad Max, but I decided to do something here that I don't think I've seen many people do, so I'm going to do it today. First of all, if you're wondering who Gobby the Gamer is, I happen to love working with puppets, and so I have a character who's a puppet named Gobby, who did a series of videos. I'll probably do some more eventually, but we did some videos with him playing video games. I love the way his mouth moves when I talk. But anyway, so today what we're going to do is I am going to show you how to create your own stunt race. So if you go through just from your game lobby, whatever your free mode, go into your online list here, go to creator. It'll ask you if you want to go out of the actual game into the creator because it's something that you have to leave the game for. So now these things are a lot of fun. Now they do take a long time to make. I'm going to make a simple one. Let's see here. I want to create a race. I want to create a stunt race. Like I said, these take a while to make. So if I have, because I do have to leave in a couple of hours for a meeting. So if I have to leave, what I'll do is I'll to be continued. I'll make it to be continued, and we'll come back and finish it later. So first of all, you just go to your map and decide where you want your race to be. I'm going to do my race starting from the very tip of Mount Chiliad, right up here where the little where that little cottage is, the cable car cottage. So that's where I'm going to start. It may be tough because I have to create. Okay, so what you're going to do first is you're going to create your. Well, you can do your race details. That's a good idea. Title, description, photo. I'm not going to do yet. Search tags, maximum players. Okay, so it can be 8, 9, 10, all the way to 16, I believe. I usually do 8 because that's a nice. Yeah, it's a nice number that's not too big, not too small. Race type, standard. It's just a standard race. You're in a car racing. You can't get out of the car. The car can only go through the race. That's it. Now, if you do a GTA race, that means you can get out of your car. You can pull out weapons. Like if someone passes you or knocks you off the track, you can get out of your car and shoot them with an RPG or whatever. Rally is where you're racing with someone else. I'm not really sure. I've never not done many rally races. So now you can decide, do you want it to be laps? So is your race going to go forward and loop around and do its thing and come back to the spot where you started so that you can do multiple laps? Or is it a point-to-point race? Which point-to-points are easier to do because you don't have to make sure that your track can come back and match, where you started. But I'm going to go ahead and do, I guess I'm going to do a point-to-point. Let's do a point-to-point. Okay. Number of laps is, if it's a point-to-point, then it's a moot point. No pun intended. Starting grid size. So now this is the grid, like how big your race is going to be. So medium grid, large grid. I like to do large grid just so I have room to play with. Available vehicles. Okay, so this is where you decide. Okay, what kind of race is it going to be? Are you going to be doing sports cars? Are you going to be doing supercars? I like to do supers. Or not super. Is it specials? Specials is what I'm thinking. Okay, so now that I'm doing specials, that means that I can only, because I like the, I'm going to make this for the Ruiner. I like the Ruiner. So when I go to vehicle class, expand, okay. Why is it not showing me the Ruiner? Special. Okay. Sorry about that. Go back to special, expand. Oh, here it is. Ruiner. The Ruiner 2000 is the car that jumps and it has parachutes on it. And that's really it. It doesn't have any special speed functions, but it can shoot in the game. In GTA, you can shoot rockets and stuff with it. In the race, it doesn't really let you shoot rockets, but Anyway, okay, so let's go back to here. Default special Warrior 2000. Time of day, you can set the, your race. Every time your race starts, it starts at a certain time of day. Morning is nice. I just like the lighting in the morning. Weather, you can set. Now, you can set this to be a default, but when you actually go to race your race with friends or whatever, you can always change things like weather and time of day and all that. Traffic on, that just means that all the traffic down on the ground is still going on. So if your racetrack happens to go down onto the ground, onto the normal roads, you will have other cars to contend with. Radio, oh my God, I hate it when I have the wrong channel. I'm just gonna put nonstop pop. It's just fun to listen to. Okay, all right, let's go to placement. So the first thing you have to place is your trigger point. Now this is where, for instance, your characters would come together to do the race. Okay, so you got to find somewhere. Can I do it on top of the building? I can, can't I? Oh, actually, no, this is the one I got to worry about. Okay, so I've got to find a spot that's flat enough for me to... I saw it turn white. If it turns white, there we go. Okay, so this is going to be the start of the race. Okay, so now, which direction do I want to go? I want to go out over the ocean. So what I'm going to do is go back to placement and I go down to props. So first thing I want to do is find what my starting track is going to look like. Because I have several options and you can change colors. So it could be blue, purple, black, white. What color do I want to work with today? Let's do blue, racing blue. That's nice. Okay, so what I'm going to do is decide which one do I want. Now I've got 8 cars starting, so I don't need something like that, okay? It's just, that's kind of overkill. So let's get one of the smaller ones. Whoop, 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 whoop. Here we go, okay. I like the little ones, like with the, yeah. So that's our, and you see our starting right there. So what we want to do is put it right above our mark that we just made on the ground. So there it is. That's going to be the start of our track. Okay? It's the beginning of our track. So let's see what we want to do. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind is make sure when you're trying to do this, because I made my very first race not even knowing this existed, which was really tedious, because what you have to do is if you don't have the snapping tool turned on, you have to literally go in here and you have to literally fit the pieces together, making sure that there are no bumps or any of that kind of thing. And when you're like doing like the tubes and stuff, it's almost impossible to do it like this. See, like that. That's what you would have to do if you're not using the snapping. But if you're using the snap tool on, then it just snaps into place, see? Which is what you want. So we want snapping on, and track here. Come on, snap into place. What are you doing? So if I get the end over there, there we go. Okay, now that it's snapped on, I can use my L1 and R1 to change the. There we go. To change the degree of how it bends. Okay. Ooh, that was kind of cool. That looked kind of cool. Whoop. There we go. Sometimes getting the right camera angle is really a pain in the butt. Because you want to be able to see what you're doing, so you want to be out far enough. Okay. Come on, snap together. It's hard to tell how far you are, actually. Okay, now that looks kind of creepy because it's like you're going to go right smack into the ground. But what I have in mind here, is going to be really cool, because what I'm going to do is you take off on your race, you're going like that. But here's what's going to happen. We're going to take the next prop here. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Yeah, okay, so this is going to be cool. But I'm in the wrong... That was racing, wasn't it? Okay. Blue, let's make it blue. Now this looks all fine and dandy, but it actually may not work. It may be too too steep. So before I get too far, I want to test it a little bit. Plus, I think when I go in here, I think I'm going to have rocks to contend with, but that doesn't really matter. That doesn't really matter. That's not a big problem. So what I'm going to do is, to test it, you have to set your waypoints. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to setting props. I'm sorry, I'm going to go back to setting. I'm going to set checkpoints. So what I'm going to do now is, it gives me this little grid of little cars. So I decide here where I want my cars to start. So do I want the back car to be all the way to the back, like that? Yeah. Okay, so that's your start point. This is how you set waypoints. So here's a waypoint. Now, when I go into the, see where it goes down to style, I can go to circle. What that's going to do is, that's going to give me a circular waypoint. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Let's set that waypoint. There he is. Now you see, the waypoint has, it's got little cars showing you which direction they're going. So you want to make sure you set it in the right direction. Yeah, see there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to props, and I'm going to go ahead and put another tube here. Now this is a tube that's got a little bit of a bend to it. So I think we can go ahead and go with that. Because, yeah, oh shoot, sorry about that. Okay, get back over here. Okay, so now I got what we want. Let's go ahead and put one more waypoint. So now what you do with the tubes, when you want to set a waypoint, find out where you want it in a tube. Let's say, I'll put it right about here. And I can just set it like that. Or if I need to set it inside the tube, what I do is I pull the right trigger and I come zooming in. And when I zoom in, I'm going to go right inside the tube like this. Watch me here. I'm going to go right inside the tube. And then I can set the waypoint inside. But I don't really need it inside because I can see the opening here, so I'm just going to set it at the opening. So now I go to test. And I'm going to test my track. Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of. That's what I was afraid of. It's too steep. It's too steep. You can still do it, but you'd have to slow down. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It isn't necessarily a bad thing because, you know, you want your racers to have to accommodate the track to some degree. Okay, all right. So now that I've completed that, I should oh, usually I thought it lets you save that, but that's right. Okay, forget it. Let's just go back to where we were. So, okay, so now you have to decide, do I want to change it so it's not quite as steep, or do I want to just leave it? That's tough. That's tough. You know what I'm going to try to do? I don't know if I can actually do it or not. I'm going to try it. I'm going to go back to these guys. These tubes. I'm going to get one of these puppies. Right here. There we go. I want to see if I can make one of those stick. Yeah, it doesn't do that, does it? Okay, let's try this then. For some reason, it doesn't, because the way the thing is made, it doesn't want to snap, but I can still stick this here. What I've got to do is, I've got to just adjust it a little bit. What that can do is it'll help me catch my car. Let's see. Yeah, you know, sometimes you just gotta give up. Okay, that's not gonna work. So let's do this. Let's go to checkpoints. Get rid of the checkpoint. I'm gonna redo that because it's just too messy. It's the kind of thing that when your friends come and race your race, they're like, I hate that part, you know. And you don't want to do that. You don't want people to just hate your race at the very beginning. So let's get rid of that. So you always want to take these off when you're getting rid of track or something. Just makes your life easier. Because if I were to delete this track right now, the waypoint would stay there. And trying to delete a waypoint that's floating in midair is kind of hard. So yeah, don't want to do that. Okay, so let's get rid of that guy. 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 See, that looks like part of my waypoint's still there. It's kind of weird. All right, so now what we'll do is, yeah, okay. So what we'll do is we'll go back to our track here. I like the fact that it's a track. I mean, it's cool. I don't want to go straight in. I mean, I like tubes, but I don't want to. Sometimes I have a tendency to overuse tubes because I really do like them a lot. Okay. That could be cool. See, sometimes it does that weird thing, like your prop will just like start spinning around and uncontrollably. It's crazy. It's hard to tell the perspective. There we go. Cool. Actually, you know what I want to do? Is I want to have some fun here. How do I do this? Let me find the right piece of track here. Oh, that's not gonna work. That ain't gonna work. Okay. That will though. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I've got this little squiggly wiggly wormy thing here. Okay. Put some more waypoints down. Or, sorry, checkpoints down. Waypoints, checkpoints, same thing actually. Now that I'm not working in a tube, I want to go from circular to regular. Because you don't really need the round ones. There we go. Now, setting waypoints, you want to make sure that the arrows are in the right direction. So, for instance, if I want to know, if I'm coming down here and I want to know that it's turning left, I'm sorry, that it's turning right, then I would put my waypoint like this, facing, pointing in the right direction. Yeah. So that way when I get there, I see that arrow. I'm putting a lot of checkpoints. I don't need this many checkpoints, but you almost can't have enough checkpoints, to be honest. Because every time you wipe out, you go back to the last checkpoint you went through. So the more checkpoints you have, the less time you spend. All right. Cool. So let's test it. Still comes off the track a little bit, but that's right. Whoa! Now, one thing I want to do is I want to create something really cool here. So, because we are doing, no, I don't want that. Okay, because we are, let's get this, okay, tubes, blocks, that's what I want, blocks. Find a freaking block, here we go. For the really big blocks, that's what I want. Yes, something like that. Go down, 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 down. Okay. I'm gonna get a really far perspective. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I want to have to go and jump big time. So yeah, so that's about, I think that's about where I want it. That's about where I want it. Right, way down there. Yeah, so that's nice. So now, let's see which one has the... That's the one I want. Yep. So that's where we're going to land. Whoa. All right, so we're going to jump from way the heck up here, and we're going to land there. Now, when we land there, we're going to do, we're going to do something cool here. Okay, when we land there, we're going to make a stair step with the bullseyes. And with the Roiner, it won't be hard to do this because you've got the jump and glide function. So what I can do is, just so the person knows where they have to go next, I'll put, oh, I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do. I know what I want to do. Okay, yeah, this is a new function. Okay, so now I have to go back, go back and find my. It's so hard navigating up in the air like this to find my track. Where the heck is my track? Where the heck is my track? There it is. I went too far. Okay. Okay, so what I want to do now is, I want people to know that they have to go to that thing, and then they're going to, jump from target to target. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put a waypoint in the air. So I go to air. I have air and water option. So I can actually take this waypoint. Oh, okay. It really does take a while to get the hang of the controls of moving stuff around to where you want it. Okay, so this is tough. I'm going to be going off of the ramp here. Shoot. I'm going to put them about halfway down, halfway. Okay, so there's a waypoint. So I have to hit that waypoint. I go back to default, regular, okay. Okay, and then they have to hit this one. And then I have to hit this one. Now, in most cars, you couldn't do this because the Ruiner has the jump and glide function. So you can make the car jump up in the air, and you can make it glide. So I'll show you here in a second what I'm talking about. Okay. All right, let's go to test, and let's test. Oh, come on. The brakes on this car suck. Hey, someone said hi. Hi, Gobby. Hey, Pate, how are you, man? Are you learning how to make a race? Okay, so here we go, here we go. Now the thing about this car is, see, I need to get down lower. I want to hit this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now you have multiple parachutes, so, which makes it even a little bit more challenging. Okay, so I've got that one. So now what I have to do is oh shoot! Sometimes the jump thing, sometimes it's a little delayed. See, like that one there, that was quite delayed. Sheesh. Yeah, nice. Okay, cool. All right, so that's pretty cool. So what I was saying about it being challenging was, like, for instance, it's going to be a challenge for the racer to hit this waypoint in the air because it's low. So that means that they have to jump off the edge. Let's test it one more time. They have to jump off the edge and either open their parachute late or open and close it multiple times, which is totally fine. Totally works. So anyway, if you watch this video on Facebook or on YouTube, send me a comment. Send me a friend request. We can play together. We can play one of these races. Do one of these races together if you like. Just let me know. Always looking to make new friends on PS4, especially on GTA. It's such a great game for playing with people and multiplayers and getting to, whoa, okay, see, whoa, 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 whoa. Nice. So if you just let your car glide, you don't even open your parachute to the last minute. It works pretty well. Oh! I undershot that one. It's okay, here we go, here we go. Cool. See, something about, I don't know if it's my controller or what, but I hit the, because to make your car jump, you have to hit your L3. some reason my L3 wasn't responding. Like I said, this car, other than the jump and glide, this car doesn't have much going for it. It's not particularly fast. And it certainly is not easy to control. All right, so now we're going to throw in just a little bit of whimsy into our race. So let's fix it so that, okay, so we've jumped from one bullseye to the other. So we're at the last bullseye. Let's say that we have to jump down and go into a tube now, okay? So let's put a tube down here. Ah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Okay, didn't mean to do that. All right, let's go back over here. So to go into a tube, we're going to have some fun with tubes. Let's do some back and forth stuff with tubes, yeah? I love doing this. Okay, so we'll start off with some normal tubes, and then we'll go into the psychedelic weirdo tubes, okay? So let's go to placement, get on the props, okay, so we don't want that, so let's go back to tubes. There we go, that's what we want. That's what we want, but we don't want that one, we want one of these guys. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do, because I know that I want to go back and forth, I want to do it this direction. What I do sometimes is I'll put one there where I know I'm going to go. But I know that it's just temporary, because what I want over here, yeah, that's what I want. That's what I want. So I want to jump into that tube. Oh, shoot. I want to jump into that tube. I don't like that one though. I think that's a better angle. Yeah, that's a better angle. Okay. So I'm going to jump off of that into that tube. See, that's actually too difficult. Let's do this. Just change that. Let's change that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And this one here. Yikes, okay. Let's do this. There we go. Wrong way. There we go. Yeah, that's better. That's better. That's better. That's a better angle. Okay. So that guy, let's put that guy blue. Keep that guy red. Up, 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 up. Let's go back to, there we go. Okay, let's do this guy. Let's keep him red. We'll keep him red. Okay. And not only will we keep him red, get out of there. I don't want you on there. Well, actually, let's do that. Let's change it. Let's go red, blue, red, blue. Okay. Okay, so red, blue, red, blue. Then let's do this one. That's what I wanted. So this will be red. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up a little bit. And you see how the lines, there's a line that goes along the top of that. You see right now the lines are lined up, so it's pretty much parallel with the ground. So if I make the line come to this side a little bit, then you're making a little bit of a gradient upward. This one here, we would want the lines to stay the same. Yeah. And then we go back to that one. And we're going to make them blue. Yay! So we have a little bit of a switchback going on. want me to go that far? Don't we go that far with it? Yeah, let's go that far with it. But let's make it red. I can't do that. Well, I can. Actually, I can do that. It'll work just fine. Go. Okay, I don't want it to do there. I want to give it enough room. Yep. Oh. I don't know though. Is that going to be in the way? Nah, should be all right. Okay, so there we go. Okay, now let's do something different. Let's go into a different kind of tube. And let's do a spiral up. Yeah, let's do that. Let's see what we want it to be though. What do we want? I don't want strobe. I don't like strobe. I want it to be like psychedelic. Crazy, yeah. That's what we want. Okay. So now we're going to go up. We're going to make a spiral up. Okay, so what I want to do is, that's what I want. I want this one. Yeah. So that's the tube that gives you boost. So when you get to the top of the spiral, it's going to boost you right out. And you're going to come flying out. You're going to come flying out and you're going to parachute down to the ground where there's going to be another where is it? Ramps, blocks, ramps. I don't want ramps. That's what I want. Yep. So that's what I want. And then we're going to actually use, a bit of the actual road here. So what we want to do is we're going to fly all the way from here doink down to there, and then we're going to use the actual road here to get to the finish line. Okay, so let me go back to checkpoints. Okay, checkpoint. This is going to be tough because We're in tubes. I'm going to put very few checkpoints here, just because it's a real pain in the butt putting them all into tubes. So what I'm going to do is, okay, let me get one in here. One cool thing about checkpoints is it actually does forces your racers to go where you want them to go. Because some people can cheat, you know. Sometimes if you don't have checkpoints placed just right, you can actually create, oh, that's where I want it, right there. You can actually create an opportunity for people to cheat. I'm going to put one at the end of each one of these, okay? So I'm going to put one here. Why are they doing that? Oh, what the heck. Okay, I'm going to put one there. So we turn here, blah, blah, blah. We come down here, come all the way. I'm going to come all the way down because it's pretty self-explanatory. It's a freaking tube. You get to the end of it, you turn. And even the spiral, I think I'm going to put one at the bottom of the spiral and one at the beginning, at the top of the spiral. This is actually the most tedious part of the, I just wonder, can you jump over that? Yeah, I should be able to. Should be able to. So yeah, so if you watch this video and you want to actually race this race with me, I haven't named it yet, so I don't know what I'll call it. But we'll do that here in a minute. So yeah, so we'll have one here. Now see, the beauty about these races is like right now I'm going to make this race with you, right? So I've only got so much time to spend doing it because I do have to go out and do other things. But once I've saved it, even after I publish it, I can always come back and add to it, change it, take things away from it, add stuff to it, whatever I want to do. I mean, some of my races that I first started, because Rockstar is really good about adding stuff. Like these whole neon wacko vortex tubes. Used to, all you had were these kind of metal tubes and all kinds of varieties of colors. But then Rockstar came out with these new vortex tubes, which I think are totally cool. And I really, really like them. They kind of give this funkadelic, almost acid trip kind of ride through your... Oh, wait. You know what? Definitely need a waypoint in the air for this one. So let's see here. Definitely need a waypoint in the air. Don't want it to be too high though. I think at that point, you're probably okay. So now I can just come down here and put waypoints showing you where I want you to go. Because I'm going to make my finish line like way over here. Yeah, I'm gonna come. Where do I want to go? Ah, at the end of the bridge. Yeah, the end of the bridge. That's where it's gonna go. Just to God, I hate when that happens. So you're supposed to be able to stack, which means that you can stuff can bleed together. So I'm trying to get the tire to go into the bridge. Ah, stop it. Whoa, oh, almost. Okay, you know what? Screw that. Let me try this one. Okay. Oh, test it. Gotta test it. I'm gonna add some fun stuff along the way. I might maybe a flaming circle or something. Whoa, these curves. See, the brakes on this car suck. Like major. And the handling and the turning and stuff is just look at that. But hey, it jumps and it glides. So what can you say? Yeah, that was beautiful. Oh, you almost didn't make that one because of stupid. Ah! Whoa. Okay, that may be a problem. That may be a problem. Yeah, so we got to put something there so people know that that's where they got to go. Okay, because you can't really see it. I'll put a flaming wheel there. A flaming hoop, sorry. But you got to be careful too where you place these things. Because sometimes props from the scenery will stick through your tracks. See, this is like a bad acid trip, man. And one thing is, because I only put a waypoint at the top, if you were to somehow miss that waypoint, or you were to die, and you had to start over, you'd start over at the waypoint at the bottom, so you'd have to do all this again. But oh well, it is what it is, right? Oh shit! Scheiße, 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 scheiße. Yes, thank you. I thought that waypoint was farther away. I'm gonna have to change that waypoint. Oh, and I forgot to turn the traffic off, so I'll have to do that. But not really. Ooh, nice. Actually, that's pretty cool. You can shoot vehicles out of your way. Yeah, so that should be fun. Okay. So now that we've done that, there's a couple things that I gotta fix. I gotta have some indication on my target where people need to go. And this didn't quite work, did it? This didn't quite work. I didn't realize it. So that's one thing with the perspective here. I didn't realize that this thing's floating like 20 feet off the ground, which actually makes it kind of completely moot and worthless. Okay, so that should be how it is. Okay. Let's put a couple here just for the heck of it. Okay. All of this was fine, all the road stuff. I'm really glad you can finally use your rockets once you get down on the road. That's awesome. That's so cool. Because during the race, when you're actually in the race itself, you can't use the rockets. I don't know why. Kind of sucks, but what are you going to do, huh? Checkpoints. Okay, that waypoint needs to be... That waypoint needs to be gone. It's just too close. Yeah, it's just too close. I don't think... I do not think that I can change it at this point. Maybe, let me see if it gives me an option to edit it instead of get rid of it. See, I can't even tell how close I am to it. Are they overlapping yet? Nope, they're not even overlapping. Edit. Okay, yes, it does let me edit. Cool. So I'm going to take it down lower toward the ground. Okay. And now this thing here, okay, I gotta have something here. Gotta have something here. Something that lets me know that I gotta go that direction. So it could be one of these. That could work. Should work. Okay. I want a few flaming things. Where are those? Special. I think they're here. Yep, there they are. Okay. I want a few of these kinds of things. Just for the heck of it. See, that's one thing I don't get why it does this. You'll be working with a prop and suddenly the prop goes like a million miles away from you. And it's just like so frustrating. Sometimes you'll be working on placing a prop, and then the next thing you know, you've moved to the middle of the ocean. You're out in the middle of the ocean with your prop, and it's like, what? Yeah, I don't know why that is. So I shouldn't have any problem with that. Just, right? See, it did it again. I hate when it does that. Why does it do that? That's a glitch rock star that you guys could really probably fix quite easily. And it would certainly get rid of some headaches for people like me who like building races. Okay, here we go. 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 See, I want the track to go through, which shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't interfere at all. It's just knowing when it's seeing. Okay, so it's interacting with the track now. I should be able to just put that, wrap that around the track with no problem at all. See? Okay. Okay, that. All right, whatever. Put one here too, for the heck of it. It's quite fun when you're racing at night and you have these flaming things. Are quite cool. right. Yeah, they're not perfect, but oh well, what the heck. Okay, so I have to race this one more time. And then I can save it. But before we do that, let's do the lobby camera. Okay, so that's the lobby camera. That's going to show me. That's kind of cool. Yeah. Preview it. Okay, that's nice. Let's go to race details. Okay, let's call this one. Let's just call it over the top. Call it over the top. Description. Ruiner. Point. Point to point. That lets people who may be getting ready to race it, lets them know that it's a ruiner race, which is important because I've been in races that I've made that were designed for ruiners, and if someone doesn't know that the race is is designed for a ruiner, then they may not know to use the parachute, and they may be trying to make this unbelievable jump without a parachute, which would be like crazy. All right, so now I test it, and then I can save it, and then I can publish it, and it's ready to go. And you have helped me make another cool race. I was gonna try to do something. I shouldn't have done that. I was gonna show you how you could possibly cheat if you didn't have waypoints, but like you could jump over onto the next track if there weren't waypoints you had to go through, and you could cheat and get in front of your opponents. But because I put enough waypoints, it's impossible in this one, so that's cool. All right, here we go. You see our little flaming wheel of death there? Yay! That worked out very nicely. See, it didn't do it. It didn't do it. It didn't do it. That was the last one. Shit. See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. You need to drop. You need to like literally drop off. But that's okay, because what you do is you'll just leave it that way, and then when someone messes it up the first time, then they have to go back and do it again. Gives you an upper hand. I know that sounds horrible, but well. Honestly, though, I'll probably go back and fix that later. Just find a better idea of how to make that work. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it. Yeah, see, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So easy to get to now. Yeah, that's nice. Yay! Okay. So now I can save this and I can publish it. And I think, if I'm not sure, I think I can actually go back into race details and like traffic on, traffic off. I think I can change that without having to go back and yeah, see, I can just update the version. I don't have to do that. So now the traffic's off, so now you don't have all those cars down at the bottom, which is better because if you're actually racing people and you actually get on that straightaway at the end of the race, you can actually blow each other up, you know, and make your race even more fun. Okay, well, listen, everyone, thanks for watching. If you've watched this on Facebook or whatever, you know, give it a like, give it a share, whatever. If you're a GTA fan or know GTA fans who have wondered how to make their own races or whatever. On YouTube, you know, like, subscribe. Gobby shall be back someday soon, but until then, it's me, Evil Zargon. Just doing some random videos for your pleasure. So, anyway, send me a like, send me a message. You know, friend me on PS4, and let's play some of these races together. I'll probably do more races. I'll probably make more videos of my races because I've made. Just in the last week or so, I've made 2 or 3 new races to add to my already 20 or 30 that I have made before. So anyway, it's been a pleasure. Hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, have fun. And let's all make the world a better place.